Hi guys, welcome to another video of our repair automation series. And in this video, I'm going to discuss with you one of the very important topic. And this is nothing but Cucumber, how to implement Cucumber in your project. So in this video, we are going to learn that what is Cucumber, and after that we'll see. Also, we'll be discussing on what is Gherkins, right? So in that, as this is a very fast video, you can see from Cucumber perspective. So we'll be discussing the Cucumber, what is it, and what is the use of Cucumber, right? And why to use Cucumber. At the same time, we'll be discussing on what is Gherkin and what is Gherkin keywords, how to use Gherkin keywords, what all are the rules, and how to use those keywords in Cucumber. And after that, we'll see how to implement Cucumber in your automation suite, right? So these are the main things that we are going to discuss in today's video. And after that, we'll be releasing some more videos on Cucumber in API test automation. So this is going to be in series once again with Cucumber automation, Cucumber integration, right? Now let's directly jump to the Cucumber. What is Cucumber and what is Gherkin? For this, I will take you to the official website of Cucumber. If you go to here you can see I have one cucumber.io. This is an official website of Cucumber. Here, if you go to this particular website, you can see here they have mentioned tools and techniques that elevate teams to greatness. That is something about Cucumber. Cucumber is nothing but it's a framework. Okay, and which helps you to write your test cases in a very, you can say, simple English format, right? Very basic English, you can say. And it's a behavior driven because the development approach of this framework is to actually supports the behavior driven framework BDD approach, right? So that's why it is called as a behavior driven. And the language it used, that is nothing but a Gherkin language. Okay, so Cucumber, and the most important thing is Cucumber is open source, guys. So any company can use, anyone can use it without paying any penny to the company, right? They have some, you can say, studio version also, which is paid one, but people do not use this one. Mostly you will be seeing everyone is using the Cucumber open version because this is a free version, right? And you will be also using the Cucumber freeware version only. Okay, and okay, strengthen your collaborate and define the video automatically create documentation that are okay, not an issue. So here they have mentioned that why Cucumber, right? If you can see, they have given the reason that Cucumber is open and open source, and this is world's leading tool for BDD. Another purpose they are saying that this is something team concentric cross-functional workflow, right, and work smarter, faster, right? So these are the main things that why you should use Cucumber. And right now, if I am not wrong, I can say more than 70% of companies are using Cucumber for their automation. Okay, so um, that's and how it is look like, and we will take you to the Gherkin keywords. There in the Gherkin, this is the you can see Gherkin is used by Cucumber. And what is Gherkin then? Gherkin is a special type of keywords. It's provide you keyword to write your test case, to, you can say, format your test cases, right? Here it is in the definition they are saying Gherkin uses set of special keywords to give structure and meaning to executable specifications, right? Each keyword has is translated to many spoken languages. In this reference, we will use English. So Gherkin is nothing but it is providing some special keywords. Okay, and that keyword is meaningful for your test case writing. So here you can see they have given some one example. Here you can see this is how our test case may look like if you are using Cucumber. So they are saying that okay, this is a feature which is about guess the word, right? So here in the scenario, they you can see that what they have mentioned scenario when the maker starts again, then the maker waits for a breaker to join, right? And second scenario, this is a first scenario, and this is a second scenario have been written. Here you can see they have used keywords like given, when, and then, right? So given is one keyword, when is another keyword, then is another keyword. Similarly, we have other keywords also. If you scroll down here, you can see the list of keywords it is given. The primary keywords are like feature, rule, example, given, when, then, and but, and asterisk as well. And after that, we have background, we have scenario outline, scenario template, we have example and scenario. So these are the keywords, main keywords you can see, which we are getting from the Gherkins. Okay, So what all are the use cases of these keywords, that we'll get to know when we'll be working in the real time scenarios, right? For now, if I start you explaining each and every keyword, then it will be taking a lot of time. I think better we see it in real time, right? Another thing is here, Gherkin supports some specific special characters like triple double quote and this pipe and amper other tags and hash code, right? Hash. So these are the things which is used for particular cases. Like if you have a doc string, then you can use triple quote and double quote, triple double quote, right? And if you have data tables, then you can use the pipe. And if you have tags, that you can use with the tags. And if you want to add some comment, then you can use the hashtag. Now enough talking on this. Now they are showing you how the feature files look like and description. They have given one example here. You can go through this complete document and you'll get a lot of information from this speech, from this documentation. This is a very nice documentation, guys. Keep your eyes here in this particular document, because every time Cucumber releasing some update, right, they are updating this document as well, right? So this is good practice to visit this website. Now let's go and implement this Cucumber into our project. For Cucumber implementation, we get you can say Maven dependencies, and I have already searched those dependency here. You can see this is Cucumber Java. This is one thing we need. So if I take the latest one, 7.18.1, and this is a Cucumber Java. If you are direct not through this page, so you can search for Cucumber Java. This is the dependency we need. So I have copied this, and what I can do, actually I have to go to my pom.xml, and I'll be adding that dependency. Okay, so here I can add it. One more dependency, minimum one more dependency we need for working with Cucumber, that is nothing but Cucumber JUnit. Okay, here you can see Cucumber JUnit, this one, and the version also same, similar version what the Cucumber Java version we have taken, that this Cucumber JUnit version should be same also. So here once again you can see it is 7.18.1. I'll go to here and I'll paste it into my pom.xml file. So these two dependency I have added. You can see both the versions are same, right? And first dependency is Cucumber Java, and second one is Cucumber JUnit, right? So these are the minimum two number of dependency we need to add for working with Cucumber. So let it get added into in my project. Okay, now it's done. Cucumber dependency are got added into my project. Now Cucumber, how it works actually, if I draw you some sample, Cucumber feature file is the one of the very important things in Cucumber if you are going to work with Cucumber. So what you can do actually, so let me just quickly show you that how Cucumber is should be, and you will get a clarified idea. Let's see, I'm talking about this is my project. This is my project. Okay. Inside of this, this is project. This is my project structure, and inside of this, you must have SRC folder, right? SRC folder. This is the SRC folder. Inside of this, you will get two folder. That is one is Java folder, and another is this is my Java folder, and another folder you'll be getting, that is nothing but test folder, right? Test, right? So this test folder, sorry, this is not Java folder, this should be main folder, right? So what is the recommended way to use these folders actually? Whatever test cases and test case you will be writing, that should go to inside of your test folder. And if you're writing any code functionality, code classes, code, you can say code, right? So those codes should go into your main folder. Okay. Now inside of this test folder, again you'll see one folder called Java, right? There is one folder you can see as Java, and another folder I have, that is nothing but my resources, right? That is my resources. So this is my resources folder. Inside of this resources folder, I can create number of folders, right? So let's say I'll create a folder called feature, right? So in this feature, I'll be having all my test cases here inside of this particular folder, right? Particular directory. So feature is nothing but a test case file which is going to have your all test case scenarios, and this is a plain text file, nothing but extension should be dot feature, right? And for Cucumber, it is mandatory to have a step definition file. What is step definition file once again? Because this feature file that you are going to write in Cucumber, that is a plain, you can say, consider as a text file. Now, how Java or my code or SSO is going to understand the what you have written into a single you can say file, right? So for that reason, there is a connection between this feature file and a step definition file. And remember that step definition file we generally write inside of this test and Java folder. Okay, in this directory, you have to write step definition class. Okay, you can have multiple step definition class, that doesn't matter, but write it here inside of test and then Java. Inside that you can see step definition class, you can write it. So this step definition class is nothing but directly linked with your feature file. Okay, so the feature file you'll be writing, the steps you'll be writing, those steps are directly connect with this step definition class. Now this step definition class is a class file, so it can connect with any of the class files that you have in your project or in your library, right? In your library also you can have lot of jar files. So those jar file dot those library classes also can be used by this particular step definition class, right? So another thing is we have is a runner class. So these are the main things, guys. If you are working with Cucumber, so one thing is you will be having feature file. Okay, another thing is you'll be having step definition file. Another thing is you'll be having a runner class. So feature file is nothing but what it does. Feature file is only for writing your test cases into plain English format, and those test cases steps are connected with the step definition class. Okay, this is the step definition class where you will be writing the step definitions. And runner class is nothing but it is a similar to testng runner that we have seen in our previous video, right? There we are managing the complete suite execution, right? So similar thing, runner class is the job of runner class is to maintain your suite. Now enough talking on this. Now let's go to the our project and we'll be create a feature file and then we'll create step definition class and we'll see how it is looks like. Okay, I'm moving to my project. Here you can see inside my SRC, I have two directory, main and test. Inside of the test, I have again two folders. There is Java and resources. So if I go to my resources, here I don't have any folder right now. So what I can do, I can create a new folder directory and I'll see my feature, right? So this feature folder is going to have my all the test cases that I'm going to run, right? So what you can do actually, you can create inside of the feature, you can create your model wise different folders. Let's say for your login test case or for your some other test cases, like all the models that you have in your application. So you can create inside those model folders inside of this particular feature folder, right? For now, I'll just go simply with directly inside of this folder, not creating any model folder. So if I say, let's say I'm going to work with any one of the feature file, right? So let's say I'll say my demo feature, or you can say demo application, demo API testing. Okay, and remember one thing is that you should have always used the extension as feature, FEATURE. Okay, so this extension is needed. If you are not following this dot feature extension, then it will not be treated as your feature file. So this is very important. So let me create this feature file first. So I have created a demo API. Better you can okay, let it be. So this is a feature file. So one more thing, guys, you have to remember that when you are creating a feature file, that should look like this feature with this icon also, file icon. Okay, if it is not displaying to you, what you can do actually, you will be missing on you can say plugin. So how you can add this? If I go to this file and you can see here, you will be seeing project structure, right? Inside of this project structure you can sorry, not this one, go to the file and you can see there is we have direct settings is there, right? So inside of the settings, if you come to here, you can see there is a you can see tab as plugins. Inside of the plugin you can see search for Cucumber for Java, Cucumber for Java. So you have to install these two plugins, guys. Install Cucumber for Java. On me it is already installed, so that's why it is showing as checked. Okay, for you it will give you one option to install it if it is not already installed. So and again, Gherkin plugin, these two plugins you should have installed if you are working with the Cucumber based project, right? This is just for to show your feature file as it is expected. Okay, if you are using some other tools like Eclipse or some other tools, then you might have different option. So just explore that how to add those plugins. If you're not able to see how to add it in your Eclipse or somewhere, then let me know. I can guide you on that. Okay. Now let's move on. I just cancel it. For now, I'll just show you the simple part how to write the how to write a feature file, what is the component all our feature file, how to execute an feature file, and later on we'll be implementing our API test cases. And if possible, today only we can implement. But for now, I'll just show you some of the components of feature file. For now, each and remember, guys, this is a very mandatory thing that for each and every feature file, you should have one tag called as a this is a keyword called as a feature, and this denote that this is a feature file, and in a feature file you should have only one feature keywords. Okay, and you can provide a description of the feature file, what is the feature file is all about, right? For now I can say demo API test, okay, with Cucumber. So this is a description, nothing but you can provide as per your test case requirement, as per your feature file that you are creating. So you can provide the description of the feature file so that you can understand, okay, this feature file is talking about this particular test functionalities, right? So again, once after that, the feature file can have scenarios. If you see, if I'm writing scenario, so you can see that I'm getting three options are there: scenario, scenario outline, and scenario template. Scenario is the simplest one, and scenario outline is the nothing but a data provider. Like data provider, you can execute multiple number of test cases with single test scenario. Will show you this scenario outline also in later. But for now, let's say I'm taking this scenario, and you can provide the description of the scenario also. Say simple test, simple I can say API test. Okay, this is again, once again, you can have in a feature file you can have multiple number of scenarios, so can define that what is this particular scenario talks about. So that description you can provide. This is nothing but the same description you have to provide you as your test case description, right? You write the test cases and you say that, okay, my test case one is describe the description for your test case one is this, description for your test case two is this, right? So those description you have to put here in the scenario description. Okay, now moving to, if you hit enter, you now getting the options. Now here we will be actually writing our test case steps. Now steps can be written by using the keywords like, okay, if I add comments here, so I can say steps should be written, I can say should be written by using keywords like given, when, then, and we have or, we have but, um for, we have but, right? So these are the given keywords we have: given, when, then, but, and also we have one more keyword that is of okay, that this is fine, right? So given, when, then, and but, these are the keywords that we have to implement. When to use given means when you have something which is provided to you, like if you are if I talk about your application, then you can say that, okay, given that you have this particular URL, right? Or API test cases, we can say that, okay, you have this URL, so that URL is already given to you, right? So you are not doing anything there in that particular API. So that is goes to under given keyword, right? Now when to use this when keyword: when you are performing something, when you are doing something. Let's say I set my headers, right? So that is nothing but you are doing something, or you hit the request, right? So that is nothing but you are doing something, you are performing something. So in that case you will be using the when keyword. And when to use then keyword: then keyword is nothing but, let's say you perform something and after that you want to verify something. So for verifying after performing something, you will be using the then keyword. Let's say I hit this particular URL and I see that page is loaded, right? So in that case you will use the then keyword. And what is the use of this end keyword? End keyword is nothing but to get rid of multiple time using a when or then keyword. I will show you one of the very good example they have shown you here in the Gherkin. Okay, let me show you quickly. If I scroll down, scroll up in this page, somewhere I have seen that to this particular example, you can see they have given one of this scenario where they are saying that given one thing, given another thing, and after that they are saying given yet another thing, right? And after that they are saying that when I open my eyes, then I should see something and I should not see something. Instead of writing this in this fashion, what if I write in this fashion? Isn't it looks more good? Definitely yes, right? So here you can see they have given saying given one thing and another thing and yet another thing. So this make more sense, right? Similar to for let's say for instead of repeating this then keyword, what we can say, I should see this, then I should see something, and as it is a negative you can say sentence, then that's why they have using but. So after that you can say but I should not see something else. So this is making more sense, more you can say be more attractive, right? So that is the beautifulness of using different keywords in Gherkin. So it is actually more you can say attractive. So you should have follow also the same structure, same rules, right? Even though if you are using not following the keywords, that is not making any problem into the test case execution or something, but it is recommended where to use particular keywords. You must have use those keywords, right? So where the place where you have to use given, you should have used given, not then or something else. The place where you should have used when, you should use when, not given or then or something, right? So similar for the place where you have to use and if you are using when, then it's not making good sense, right? So remember, guys, what is the use of this particular keywords. So you must be very careful about the implementation of. Although I have already mentioned, if you are using some other keywords instead of given, that doesn't make any you can say impact on your test case execution. There shouldn't be any difference in your test case result, but it looks bad in your test case writing, right? So let me go to here in writing the test cases. I can start my test case, and here I can start my scenario. Let's say I will first say that given, right? So this given is, let's say I'm say given, I'll be writing a test case scenario for API. So I'll say given, you can say I have application, you can say base URL, right? So base application base URL. So one, what all the things we need for let's say for API testing, I need to have base URL, right? Base URL you need to have, and after that you need to have header information. What all headers need to pass? Header informations, right? And you must need to have let's say body, that is an optional if you are using get or post request. So body sometimes needed and sometimes not needed, right? So body is optional, right? And after that, what you need actually, these are the minimum information. Another information is method type, right? So method type, it is a, if it is a get request or post request, right? Or it is a update, right? So those kind of request or delete, right? Or put. So what is the type of request? Those type of request you need to have the information, right? So what I can do actually, after that you'll be getting the response, right? And you'll validate the response, right? So these are the things that we perform at the time of you can say API test cases, right? So what I can say, given I have application based URL, and then after that what you can say, let's say when I set header value of this as this, right? So this as this means here I can say content type. Let's say let me just copy it one of from one of the header information. Let's say I want to go ahead with the uh, get single product, right? If I go to here from my header information, I can say that mm, one of the header information I want to pick from here. So let's say they have not given any information. Let let me add one content type, right? So this is a content type, and here I can pass the value as application slash JSON, right? So this is my key. So let's say I want to set this particular key here. So what I can say, header value of this as application slash JSON. So this is how you can set the values of your header information, right? After that, as it is now, we'll be setting more informations. And let's say this is if I go to my postman tool, and this is my get request, right? So I do not have to write any I do not need any other parameters. Other body is not needed, only I need this particular header information. And if I do send request, I'll get the response, correct? So here I can see, you can see that I got the response here. You can see also I have got the response code is 200. Now let me do this same thing over here. So in my IntelliJ tool also, what I can say, and after that the continuation of performing something. So I have used and keyword. What I can say, I do, or you can say I hit get request, right? So this is something after setting up this information you have done with the base URL, and you've done with the one more thing we are left, that is nothing but setting up the endpoint, right? You need this endpoint. This is the endpoint you have to set. So we can set this also. So here I'll go and I'll see, I set, okay, so I'll say when I set, you can say endpoint URL as this, right? So this endpoint URL is now I'm going to set it from here. So as it is a continuation of what all tasks you are performing, so I'll be using n keyword here. So what I say, when I set endpoint URL, and after that I'm saying that I set header value, and I said I hit the get request, right? After that, what will happen? I'll have the response, and I have to verify that okay, the response code is 200. So I'll be doing some verification. So I'll be using the then keyword, right? So you can say I verify response code as 200, right? And after that we want to verify one more thing. Let's say another thing I want to verify, let's say, and I should see, let's say, one of the response code. If I go to struct, you can see first and category. Let's say I want to verify this category. What is the category? So you can see category as beauty, right? So I am here, you can see I should see category, or you can say is beauty, right? So what I can write here, I can say that category is beauty. So this is all about my first test case. So similar way, you can have multiple test cases. So what you can do actually, you can just copy and paste your test case scenarios over here. So number of test cases you will be having, you'll be creating number of scenarios only, right? So you can let's say I want to hit a different API right here. So let me go and take another API from my Postman tool. So let's say I want to use search product, right? So this is the API I want to use. So here you can see this is my endpoint will get changed now. So I'll be update my endpoint there in the tool, and here I have to update the endpoint, correct? Now here let's say what all the uh, header information also, I'll be using the same header information and parameters. It is already mentioned there in the endpoint URL. I do not need any body. So if I hit the request, so I'll be getting the response as 200, and I'll be getting the this particular response right here. I'll be also getting the category. Let's say I have to verify this is the category value is coming now in the response, right? So if I go to my code, and here I can see I can set it to mobile accessories, right? So this is how we can verify our test right our test cases. So here you can see simple API test. Instead of simple API test, I can write it like a get product, or DUCT, get single product test. Okay, this is the description of my first scenario, and this is the description for search product, right? This is another test case. So now this I have done with the with the writing of one of the feature file, and this feature file contains two test scenarios right now. And here you can see that we have one feature file is already ready, and we have done with the test case scenario writing. Now what happened actually, we are done with this. If I go to my diagram, we are done with this particular feature. This one we have done, right? This one we have done. Minimum thing another we have to need that if you want to execute the feature file, so you need the step definition, how your program will get understand that okay, you have implementation for this particular steps, correct? So for that reason we need the step definition. So how to create step definition, that is again a very important thing, or very you can create what you can do actually, you can create single implementation. So if you keep your mouse over each of the steps here, these are the steps, this is one steps, this is one step, this is another step. So each and every line is talking about the steps. If you keep your mouse over each any of the line, it will show you, it will prompt you one option, create step definition. So you can go here and you can create your step definition. You can provide your select your which Java file you want to, instead of which Java file you want to create your step definition. So you can mention that and it will create the step definition for you. For now what I can see, let's say I am to go to Java. Here I'll be creating one package. So let's say I'm creating package called my steps, my step diffs, right? You can give any name as per your choice. So I'm just giving a name, my step diff. So I'm giving a class name as step definition. Let's say API step definition. You can give any name, whatever you want to go ahead. That doesn't matter. So I'll say API step definition, right? So this is my step definition class that I have created. It is a normal, once again, it is a normal plain step definition class. And this class is, I have to link between this feature file to this particular class file. So what you can do actually, you can just let's say I'm keeping my mouse over this particular one first line, and you can see I'm getting the prompt, right? So if you go to here and you can see file name my step base, it is already prompting you one of the file name that I have there. This is my master dev file name, or you can collect, you can get it from here, right? Instead of this, so let's say I want to create inside my step dev, and I'll say okay, and so okay. So you can see they have created another state definition. This is the state definition class they have created for me, and I they have given the method also. So I can delete my one, or you, if you want, you can just copy it into your class. That doesn't matter. So for now, I'll be deleting it. It is let it be. So let's say I'm deleting this one. Okay, so now once this particular state definition is got created, now you can see this is now linked to this particular state definition class. If you see control click, and you can see it is taking you to this particular state definition, right? So now you can ensure that if the state definition, there is one more, you can see identification, one more indication that how you can understand that state definition is defined or not. If it is defined, then you will not see any there's yellow background which is showing here in the rest of these state definitions, right? Because those are not defined, but this one is already defined, so this is not in showing in the yellow background color. So this is one approach, guys. I have shown you how to create a step definition for a particular step, but let's say there are multiple number of lines we have, right? So I do not want to create one by one. So what we can do actually, so for this case, what you can do, you can just execute your scenario. Once your scenario executed, and it will create a template for you for this all these steps which are not defined. Let's wait for it. You can see the test got executed, and it is giving you in the print that you step undefined, those are the steps which are undefined. You can implement this step 5 other steps by using snippet below. So they have given all the snippets. So what you can do, just copy and paste all the snippets into your step definition class. So I'll be selecting it from here, and I'll copy it, and I'll go to my step definition class, and I'll just paste it over here. Okay, that's it. Just remove this extra pending, the extra documentation, import this class, import this, and just remove these extra lines, right? We do not need this. Let me remove from all the methods, and I'll be adding this when where is not able to understand. um, Let me import this, let's say when, right? Okay, so this all the keywords I've already implemented here. So now this feature file is ready for me. Now if I go to my feature file, you can see there is all the lines are now showing correctly, right? So there is no yellow background. So my all the features steps are all now connected with this step definition class. If you now go, if you want to go to any of the step definition implementation, you can just do a control click. So it will take you to this particular step definition. You can see the implementation here, right? Right now all the step definitions are blank. There is no print statement. There is no actual implementation of the code, but you can see how it is designed, and how they are interlinked with each other, right? So for now, if you run this particular scenario, there will be no output, but the test case will get executed, test case will get passed. So let's run it, and you can see it is giving me an error. So what we can do, actually it is not able to understand that okay, these state definitions are defined already or not. So one thing we can do here, actually I will go to my maven, and I'll do project, and I'll do package. So let's clean up all the packages, and after that should be able to recognize the changes we have done. Okay, so this package thing is done now. So I'll stop this package. Okay, and now let's run this particular scenario once again. Okay, so here you can see before all duplicate step definition, where it is the duplicate step definition, duplicate step definition in I think not in my step diff. Okay, let me see which one is duplicate step definition. uh, given. Okay, So this given is twice we have there, right? This is one of the given we have used. Another here is also another given. So let me remove one, and now let's run this code and see. Okay, let me do once again maven package. Okay, it is completed, and I'll go to my scenario, and let's execute the scenario once again. Perfect. Now you can see, guys, that all the scenarios tapes are got executed, and on the first scenario got executed. We do not have any implementation inside these scenarios, so that's why it is not doing any print statement or any verification. But the things that we wanted to connect with Cucumber and the step definition that we have already achieved. Now let's see. This is executed one single scenario, but we want to execute both the scenarios from this feature file. So what we can do, we can just go to this feature and you can run it from here. So it will execute all the scenarios that you have inside of this feature file. Now you can see it has executed both the test cases, get single product and search product, right? So this is how you can implement Cucumber in your project. And for Cucumber, and if you're writing any feature file, and it is a plain English file, right? If anyone can go to this particular feature, and they will be able to understand what you have written in the test case. And the how to connect this particular feature file with your step definition file. So this is something we have already we have achieved this, right? One more thing I'll display you in today's video, and this is going to be the okay. This video is already going to be a long video, so I'm going to stop this over here. And in our next video, what we can do, actually we can do actual implementation of this particular step definitions, how to do this particular setup, right? This implementation, what inside of this method, we'll be writing the logics now in our next video. And we'll see how this framework is look like, how we can work with this, and we'll be seeing how to run this with our test runner. And after that, we'll show that how to implement the extend report, right? So that we can get a clear report from this particular execution. So so till this, I hope the concept is clear to you guys. What is Cucumber? What is Gherkin? What all are the keywords we have? We will be going forward. We are going to see more number of keywords, but for now, I just introduced to you some of the keywords which is very important. In our next video, we'll be discussing more on the Cucumber, on the Gherkin keywords, and the implementation of the steps, how to take handle these things, and how to implement the reporting feature. Right. So stay tuned, guys. Keep learning and stay happy. Thank you, and thank you so much for this for loving this channel and following up. So keep in touch. We'll develop the